Hi guys, my name is Vinaris Scott, and this is KillaKrane Productions. This is a segment of my channel I like to call Film Talk. This is where I discuss both old and new films. Today I want to discuss the sequel to the 1988 film Coming to America, which is called Coming to America, with the number 2 in the middle. Now, for those of you who are not African American, you gotta understand something. If you ever go over a black person's house, there is a certain list of films black people expect you to watch before coming over. One of them is the 1988 Coming to America film. When we as black people received word that a sequel was in the works to this movie, we were ecstatic. Most of us thought this sequel should have come years ago, but we were glad to have the sequel nonetheless. Now, from what I've read online, the reviews for this sequel have been kinda divided. There are some who absolutely love this movie. And if these same people ask somebody what they think, they expect them to say they loved it as well. So even if they say something like, it was okay, they will look at them like, what you see about the Coming to America sequel? I hate to admit it, but I'm one of those people. Whoa, hold on. Hear me out. I'm not saying the movie was bad in any way. There were some hilarious parts to it. It was great seeing most of the cast come back after all these years. Wesley Snipes looked like he had a ball playing his character. So the movie had some great parts to it. However, I'm not a big fan of the actual story or plot. In my opinion, if a sequel is made to an iconic movie made over 20 years ago, I'm not really a big fan of the whole son of concept. Now, I've read some of the comments from the people who are offended at the comments. They will say something like, well, Mr. Smarty Pants, if you don't like the sequel, then let's see if you can make a better sequel. Firstly, I would never put myself in an esteemed position where I think I can have more creativity than Eddie Murphy or any of the writers of the Coming to America sequel. However, I've always had a fan fiction story of how I would actually like for the sequel to have gone. Now the thing is, my version does not have to replace the current sequel. It could act as sort of like a third movie in a newly formed Coming to America trilogy. So here's my Coming to America sequel I like to call Coming Back to America. My sequel would revolve around this lady. For those of you who don't recognize this scene in which she was in, it's the scene where the Prince Hakeem character proposes to the Lisa McDowell character in the subway train. The Lisa character turns him down and exits the train. The old woman gets off the train, turns to Hakeem and says, if you're really a prince, I'll marry you. Now, as authentic as that sounds, no, that's not an audio clip from the movie. That's just me showcasing my, great voiceover talent. Prince Hakeem holds out one hand, gently opens her hand, and gives her an expensive pair of earrings that was originally meant to be given to Lisa. Now, in my sequel, over the years, the old woman kept the earrings and told her family the story of how she got them. Of course, none of them believe her. She eventually dies, but the story she has told becomes kind of like an inside family joke. Now, this old lady has a grandchild, and she eventually becomes a professor at a newly established university called the University of the United States. And before anybody asks, no, it does not have a basketball team. Now, because that grandchild is the only one who believed that story that her grandmother told her, the grandmother leaves the grandchild the earrings in the will. Now, the grandchild never fully believed the story, but she believes it had some truth to it. So the grandchild takes the earrings and gets them appraised. The appraisal shop where she takes them to is owned by Lisa McDowell's sister Patrice. Patrice recognizes the earrings and confirms they were the ones Hakeem originally gave to Lisa. She then gets documentation from Patrice confirming its authenticity. The young lady goes back to the university and does some research. She finds out that under Zamundan law, if a prince is looking for a wife and gives a woman some jewelry or some money, that is considered a dowry, and they are legally engaged or promised to be married. And if the prince doesn't verbally break off the engagement within a year, they are automatically married. The family of the old woman contacts the Zamundan government and informs them of the situation. They are now declared the new royal family, and Lisa is deemed as Hakeem's concubine. As soon as this new family gets in the palace, they start making all sorts of changes in the kingdom of Zamunda. Of course, Hakeem and his family protest. The granddaughter eventually gets angry and lets it slip out, and she says to Hakeem, "Ha ha, too bad, too sad. The only way you can undo this is for you to go back and get the earrings, and they're stashed away somewhere safe in America." She then further taunts Hakeem, "If you want to undo this, you got to go back and find them." This was said in front of the other governing officials in Zamunda. They said this constitutes as a formal challenge, and if Hakeem can find the earrings, everything will be reversed. So Hakeem must travel back to America on this almost urban Indiana Jones type adventure to find the earrings and bring them back to Zamunda before the new family has ruined everything in his home country. So, what do you guys think? Could this work as a third movie to the Coming to America canon? Would you guys even want to see a third Coming to America movie? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for future videos and updates. Remember, Film Talk is every Friday and Crane Talk discussions are every Wednesday. Thanks, guys.